Hey guys, I was getting ready to do, hey, this is number 2 of my live streams today. I have never done 2 live streams in one day, and I hope that I don't send all of my subscribers running for the hills. This is going to be another calm and easygoing type of live stream. It's not going to be a real big lesson type of thing. It's going to be mostly I need to do something to kind of produce some calm endorphins in my brain. And doodling patterns over and over, those kinds of things really help me out. So what I'm doing is earlier today, live stream number 1, I did all of these cups and a teapot and a creamer. I did all of these drawings on the first set, and these 4 doodles of the teacups and coffee cups. So there we go. Hey there, Gina. Nice to see you, and everyone else. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. So we're going to start doing some more doodling and patterns and things like that. If you want some teacups and coffee cups to do some doodling on yourself, on my website at deliberatelycreative.com, deliberately-creative.com, under the patterns and templates, I have a page of cups. You can download that and doodle right along with me. Then you have something that you're already caught up. You don't have to catch up by drawing a whole bunch of things to begin with. Yay! Hey there, guys! California in the house. You know, guys, if you only come in for just a little while and hang out, that's awesome. And if you find time during your day after you've downloaded, or if you want to just doodle up some cups and start making patterns yourself, go for it. It is such a relaxing project. The other thing is, I do have, up in the iCard, I've got a link for these 30 fill patterns. We're going to use a few of those on these cups. And I have a link for the 12 flowers that we doodled using one basic flower to do the doodles. That's up there. And I think another patterns and doodles thing is up there also. So you want to draw? Yes. Yes. Drawing things is so much fun and so relaxing. I am going to have some calm music playing in the background. I'm going to be chatting along, answering questions. If you have anything, hey there, Florida too. Yay. You know, I'm so glad that you guys are here. If you're new, make sure and click the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified when new videos go up. I promise I don't do lives multiple times a day very often. This is the first time I've ever done it twice in one day. And I hope that that doesn't, give you a bad impression. I try to be very, very sensitive to how often I send out notifications. So, if you want to know, click the subscribe button. And if you want to support my channel, click the subscribe button. And if you don't want the notifications, don't turn them on. It's okay. Oh my goodness. Sherry Valentine. Did you know that I'm in Vancouver, Washington also? My goodness. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start some music and have a really nice time here. We're going to just go into some calm and peaceful things. I think I want to do this cup first, and I'm going to use, you see this little heart flowers? We're going to start with the heart flower, but we're going to make it into a geranium. And so what I want to do is let's enlarge that page just a smidge. Washington is a great place to be. I love Washington. I've loved all of the crazy weather we've had today too. So I want to do a geranium. And geranium is just mostly a lot of heart flowers all together. So we're going to go in, we'll put a little center. Whoops, got to start my pen. Start my pen. There it is. Let's see. Okay, so I've got about that much ink left in the pen. We'll see what it looks like at the end today. That's how easy it is to pull it out. We're going to start with the heart flower, and we're going to do 5 little hearts going around. And then in the space between, we're going to do some more hearts. This is so sweet. Then we're going to do just a single bump in between, which is like petals that are underneath. Just like that. All right. I love that we've got all the coasts going here. Then I'm going to go from the center and do just a quick little flick, sending a little crease line out. There we go. And then I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to let this flower get overlapped. All right, there you are. So glad to see you here. I don't usually do evening. Now, do you guys like evening shows? And would you like to see me do an evening one every once in a while also? I've been kind of sticking with the morning shows lately, just because then I have the rest of my day to go. But if I'm doing things in the evening, you know, I could do evening shows too. I'm going to do a center and then another heart. And I'm just going to work my way around. Just like that. Nothing says things have to be exactly the same as I'm doing. See? Maybe I'll tuck in just a couple extra petals. That little center. We're not going to do any coloring this time. We are going to just do doodles, and then we are going to be coming back on another day to play with color, and we're going to play with a whole bunch of different materials, I think, when I color. So I'm planning on using some colored pencils and some watercolor pencils or ink type pencils, regular watercolor. This is just a Canson mixed media pad, so you can do a certain amount of water media in here. Look at that. We're just zooming right along on this little guy. I want to get as many of these done tonight as I can in about an hour. So if you can't stick around for the whole time, that's okay. I know it's getting late for a lot of people. But having an evening show is kind of fun. It's a little more relaxed. So having evening shows are excellent. I like that idea. I like evening shows. Now, I've got these few flowers. These are like the main focus ones. Now I'm going to go in and just drop a few little hearts around, like flowers that are sticking in underneath and sort of showing up, but not necessarily. Yeah, I really like flowers. I like tea. I like coffee. If you're interested, I do have a Fill Me Up with Coffee or a Fill Me Up with Tea t-shirts on, and they're also pillows and coffee mugs, tea mugs, whatever, over on my Teespring store. I think I'm going to do another flower up here. This is doodling, and it's not planned. This is a non-planned doodle. But can't you just see these flowers all done up in a pretty red with maybe a couple of those geranium type leaves, which is basically a big circle type of leaf. And they tend to have little patterns going around. Sort of like that. Sort of like that, you know? This pen is the Eco Pen, and that is the name, ECO-pen. The link's down below in the more information box. And it comes in a cardboard tube. It has 16 pens in the tube when you buy it. I'm down to like 4 or 5. Grabbed one that I ended up not needing it. Look at that. So the pen body is this cardboard tube, and that's the pen on the inside. And it's got these really pretty plastic pen nib holders. So I've got to figure out something fun to do. Whoa! But fun to do with that. And if the tube is a little too thin for your fingers, I have been sliding the cap, because the cap has a hole in it. I showed this in my last video. The cap has a hole in it, so you have to be careful and not poke yourself. But it thickens up the barrel a little bit. And if you're having some hand mobility issues, I showed in the other one, you can do the pen between the index and the middle finger. And see, like you're holding it like this, then you can just bring your fingers in. So your middle finger lays down and you're still guiding it, but you're actually guiding it more with your thumb. And it's a less cramped grip on your pen. And it gives you, once you get used to it, it's a lot of control. And thank you so much, Candace. I appreciate the vote of confidence on the look of this. Yeah, I'm really enjoying doing these doodles and sharing them with people. There we go. But I'm going to go back to my standard hold just because I will end up going back to it anyway. This flower is just tucking in. And you'll end up coming up with shortcuts for yourself. You know, you'll end up with different ways that you'll hold your pen, or different ways you'll draw a design. I think I'm going to just sort of fit a wobbly leaf in here. And I think we're going to put one that's sort of sticking up there. Oh yeah, I do have the Vision Elite Uniball pen is listed in the information down below also. That's this one right here that I like, and it is a lovely roller ball. It does have a thicker nib, so I don't know if you can tell the difference in the thickness. This Vision Elite is, the Eco Pen is, or Eco Pen is a 0.38, and I'd say that the Vision Elite Uniball pen is probably a 4.5, 5 size. Oh, excellent. Yay. So I love doing this. I'm going to have to do more evening type shows because, you know, I want to make sure that I cover everybody. There, just putting a little bit of a dash line in that, just to remind me that that's a leaf and not a flower. Fun stuff. Maybe another couple little hearts just sort of tucking in. Once you have your main flowers, you can sort of just tuck in a heart here and there, and it makes it feel like there's another flower back there. There you go. Yeah, the Eco Pens are like $8 for 16 pens. It's a pretty good deal. At least that's what it was when I bought them. All right, we're going to go to this little guy. And this one I'll just zoom up even bigger. Let's see. Maybe not that big. That one might have been just a little, whoops, a little bit too big. There we go. Grippers do help too. The silicone grips. One of the things about changing your grip to this is basically you're making a triangle grip with your fingers, which is what a lot of the grippers do. They kind of force your fingers into more of a triangle shape. So I'm going to go to this one, and I think I'm going to go and look at these patterns, and maybe we'll go with putting some beads. Have some strings of beads, because this cup is really leaning over. How to incorporate vines into your flowers. Yes, we can do that. We'll do that on one of the other ones, because I have an idea right now what I want to do. But this is kind of like putting a vine in, except that it's a string of beads. And because I have these lines that I told you not to worry about earlier today, don't worry if you draw a line over or whatever, because we can camouflage things. So I'm going to say that there's like a string of beads attached to my tea ball. You know, the ball that you put your loose tea into and then close the lid and drop that in. Usually there's like a chain coming down. Oh, well, there's Miss Katie. Hey there. So I'm going to say that I've got a couple strings of beads coming down. One of them's going to go right there, and it's going to come down and curl up right here. Now, you don't have to put, you can draw your lines, and you can draw your beads right over the top of the lines. I'm going to say that we've got some tiny beads up here, and then a couple round beads that are either metallic or see-through, like those crystal beads, those plastic crystal beads. Look at that. Let's see if we can go to that other side view camera. See if that gives us a better, that doesn't give us that much of a better angle, does it? Let's see, maybe if I rotate. Aha! So we're going to come down, and I'm going to do a small bead. I'm saying these beads are see-through. So you're going to see through them. We'll be able to put color on them when we color them in. And then another little bead and another little bead. Yeah, I want to go back to my top down. Let's go back to that top down view. All right. Okay, so let's see. And if you hear a little bit of music in the background, that's just some soft music for the evening. All right, so this one, I think I'm going to do a couple clear beads, growing. They're going to be like those little balloon beads, watermelon beads, crystal beads, maybe a couple small ones. And then I think we're going to do a fancy bead here. So I'm going to make sort of a squared off top. Look at that. That almost looks like a tag right now, doesn't it? But if we go like this, and we go up, over, and back down, we can start making this look like a little lantern. But it's a flat back lantern type. That's fun. Then we can have the string coming out the bottom. And maybe another little bead right there. Very simple, easy to do. Easy to do. Doesn't require a lot of fuss. And you can make these look more detailed and things like that as you're going along. I think I'm going to flatten out the bottom. That bottom was a little bit flat on me here. So I think I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to put maybe some bubbles or like little pebbles on the bottom of this cup. I don't know why. Look at that. We can just fill it up with some rocks on the bottom. Like I said, I don't know why. It was just what I wanted to doodle, and that's good enough. You don't have to have a reason. Your doodles are your place to think about positive things, build up your bank of positive energy. Sometimes the world can be a little bit dark, like it is right now, and we just have to find ways to build up our positive bank. So I'm putting some little lines in here, not really shadows, but just sort of indications of shape. Maybe this cup actually has texture on the bottom. Ooh, that could be kind of cool, huh? If it does, maybe we'll have it bump out. Ha ha, look at that. Again, what would happen if we did this? It looks like it's got texture. And then it's got the smooth. Oh, sorry about that. My phone isn't set to airplane mode. It is now. There we are. Let me see. I'm going to try something here with the side view camera again. And let's see if we zoom in. If we can get that bigger on the screen. Okay, so that's zoomed as far as that goes. And then, ooh, that's kind of fun. Yeah, it's easy to do things to create texture on your pictures and dimension. I mean, it's flat. There's not an actual bead string laying here. Put a line right there. And I'm going to put some bumps down here at the bottom, sticking out a little bit. Just like that. And then I'll do that there. So I'm looking at the information. No, the water pens don't run when you get them wet. I mean, the water pens, the Eco Pen. Now that darkness right there is because this paper isn't watercolor paper. But see, that purple isn't there. That purple isn't there, but it didn't pick up any of the ink off of there. All right. Oh, yeah. Always going forward with a smile. And thank you so much, Gina, for being here. I appreciate you. Have a good evening. But yeah, Eco pens are waterproof or water resistant. See, you can see that one. All right, now we're going to come over here and I'm going to do a vine. So we're going to put a flower in right here. And I think that it's going to be one of our 5-petal flowers. So it's going to have a center. I'm going to put another ring around the outside of the center. Then I'm going to put a round petal, five rounded petals, just like that. And then I'm going to put a long spike going out. This is going to look kind of like a columbine, I think. But it's sort of fun to put a vine going around it. Then for the inside here, we're going to put a small U shape, or an N shape, or a C shape, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to put a line coming out on these skinny petals. I'm going to do another one of those, and I'm going to have them all coming down from the top. So we're doing the flowers in a similar way. We're not making these skewed for perspective right now. We're doing beginner easy doodle. So 5 petals, and because it's going around and under, we just stop drawing when we run into a line. So right here, I'm just going to stop drawing when I run into a line. There's going to be another one down here. And I am going to put, I'm going to have, say that there's a vine that's going around the cup. It's going around the cup and it's coming back out over here and giving me a swirl. And because I'm coming down at an angle, it's going around and swirling. So I think I want another, I'm going to have another vine that's coming down around. And I'm curving down ever so slightly. And then it's going to be going down. So I'll have it come out here. Oh, look at that. It's got some texture, or it's got some shape outside the cup. Maybe this one has texture on it like that first one down at the bottom. Or second one. Not the first one. The one that we did the rock texture to. There. But up here it's not texture. It's just printed. These are whimsical. They're not, to be realistic. So there we go. And I want to put another flower right here. Just because I want to. Because it's fun to do these doodles and just relax. There we go. And then I ran into a line. Boom. It's going around to the back. And my little U shape here in the middle. And I didn't do that on the other flower, did I? I gave it the double ring. I didn't do that on this one. The flowers can all be different. It's like, flowers in the garden are like children in a family. They all came from the same parents, or many times they come from the same parents, but there's different dominant genes that show up. Oh, I like that. I think this one's just going to get the little line. And then I'm going to come down with another swirl. I love swirls. And then one going up. And, you know, maybe I'm not really a big, huge fan of that sharp corner. I'd probably poke myself with it. So what can I do? I can say that that is like a stripe. So I'm going to turn this on its side. I'm going to come up and round that off just ever so slightly, and then come back down. Sorry, all the moving around. I stopped at the line. I'm going to draw this in here and then come back. And because I softened it up on the top, I'm going to soften it up down here also. Now, I'm not going to get rid of the wonkiness. It's still going to be slanted. You can't see the slant really well. Let's go to the close-up top camera. You can see how it slants, but that's okay. This line right here is coming down, and I'm going to have it just disappear. So it has made this grow sideways. I'm going to take that little line over and that little line over, and I'm going to run another vine right here. And look at that. We've now incorporated that little spot and made it look like it was supposed to be there. You don't have to worry about those tiny little details when you're doing abstract or when you're doing doodles. Just have fun, and especially if you do it in a sketchbook. I love doing doodles here in the sketchbook. I've got a ton of them. Here, I will even show you. Let's go to the desk wide view. So, show you here. This is a page with more cups that I've doodled. This is what I did last night, going, oh gosh, I have to share how to do these kinds of things. And then I was doodling some fake fabrics. No fabrics are actually these patterns. These are based on things from either my imagination or things that are around the house. So see, I'm not worried if these triangles aren't straight, or these coffee beans don't look like coffee beans, or these flowers, some of the lines went off different directions that I wasn't expecting. It's okay. Don't worry about it, because it's your doodle. So there. So there. All right. So I'm going to go back to that close-up view. And we're going to finish this one because I want to do more. I'm in the mood. So this one right here, I'm going to say that it's actually a vine that's just wrapping around. Did the line go through here? Yep. Guess what you can do? Just make your lines dark. Say, leave a little space for some sparkle or a highlight, and just color the rest of your vines in. And that way, you don't have to worry about it. See, we've got that shape coming around the corner right there, around the edge, and then I'll leave a little space and color it in, leave a little space. It makes it feel like it's got some dimension to it. It's reflecting. We're not going to do a lot of coloring with our pen though, because we want to save some of these spaces to put color. But the vine here is going to get dark. There you go. If you are enjoying this, please click that subscribe button and the notification bell. And if you are interested in helping support my channel and my studio, I do have a paypal.me. It's listed in the information below, and it's also in the pinned in the comments. And I do have Super Chat turned on, but truthfully, Super Chat really just helps YouTube. They take quite a bit of the money from a Super Chat. But if you're already set up in there for it, Super Chat works too. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Now we can go and do maybe some of those little long petals or leaves in the handle. Maybe put a little one off of it, just because. Just because. It's decoration. So there we go. All right, I am going to do... Ooh, let's do a pattern with some lines. I want to do on these little cups right here. I think I want to do an optical illusion. Yeah, Super Chat, they take 30% of the money that you give, and if you do it through PayPal, they only take 3%. So, you know, but either way works, whatever works for you, if that's what you want to do. But only do it if you have the means to. Don't, I'm not asking you to put yourself into debt to help out someone. I don't have to have the money for my studio. It's just, it's nice, but it's not, I'm not going to lose my house if I don't get money. How about that? I'm not in dire straits. I'm very fortunate in that my husband is working and he's how we have our health insurance. So what I'm doing here is I'm just making kind of a grid, and I'm thickening up the lines of the grid. I'm going to make this into an optical illusion boxes, like little tunnel boxes. It could be plaid. You could be, you can draw blackline plaid, and that's really a cool one also. Plaid seems to be more effective when you use multiple colors, but you could just stop right there and have a fun little cup to color in. So now what I want to do is I'm going to put a little, just a little box in the corner. We're going to do that going across the whole thing. Each one of these big squares is getting a little square in the corner, but I only have to draw the top and one side of that because the other two sides are already there from those vertical lines we did. Now I'm going to color those in black, nice and solid. This is like the deep dark tunnel, way deep in there. There we go. It's fun to do these kinds of things. And I'm sure this pattern has a name somewhere, but this is one of those ones that I've been doing since I was little. And I just always called them the rooms. It's like a whole bunch of apartments looking in one big glass windows. So I just did a diagonal line from the top corner of the box to the top corner of the room. And I think I want those a little bit bigger. They're kind of tiny. See, doesn't have to be perfect. Because we're going to be going in and we're going to do straight lines, kind of, they start out straight next to the wall and then they start slanting to follow the diagonal. It gives you that feeling of depth already. So take care. If you can't stay anymore, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you being here. But if you can stay, hang out and chat. We've got a nice group of people here. I love my chats because you guys are awesome. All right. So, and when you're doing your doodles, if you want to tag @deliberately creative, when you post your doodles, if you post on Facebook or on Instagram or Pinterest even, if you post in any of those places and you tag @deliberately creative, I will see your post and be able to give your art some love. There we go. One more. So it looks like we've got a strong light coming from this side right here, aiming in. I want to go to the back of these rooms and give a few lines that are standing upright. So it's darker, the more lines closer together, and then start separating those lines as they come out to the front. And that is how you get the feeling of it being much darker into the back. Spread those lines out as you come forward. Dark, and then spread them out. You know, I say I'm not going to do a lesson, but I'm always teaching, I think. I don't have a off button unless I know that no one's listening. It's nice to be famous with your granddaughter. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's so fun when you know, people I admire comment back on my things also. So I totally get it. So I'm going to darken that one up just a little bit close on the top ones, just to give it a bit more of a feeling of it being dark at the back. But then the lines are spread out as they come forward, and that creates that feeling of it being 3D, falling into those holes there. All right. Hey guys, if you have a chance, would you please click the like button? Well, hello there, Mr. Ian, the Off-Kilter Crafter. Happy birthday to you. Yep, we're on late tonight, just having fun. I'm going to go ahead and do another pattern here. Oh, I'm going to show you guys again because Ian is a quilter also. And I want him to see some of my little fabric patterns that I made. So look at that. I designed up some little swatches of fabric. I might expand some of these or make some repeating patterns that I can print off onto some fabric. I think that would be a lot of fun. So there we go. Oh yeah, and I wanted to remember to do a pile of buttons. And I like this pattern right here, maybe for the next cup, which was another reason for looking back to these. All right. So we'll head on back to the close-up and now I just have to find my page again. There it is. There it is. So I think we're going to do some of those pretty little flowers. It's a circle and it sort of crosses over each other in the middle. I might be doing some of those designs. Maybe I'll do them on the spoonflower or one of the other places that will print fabric. Then, so now I've got that center, and I will go and put a petal and a petal. These are slightly overlapping each other. Petal, a petal, and a petal. And give it a leaf. And then maybe I'll have another one of those centers, but have it facing down a little bit. So we'll have a petal and a petal. I'm going to make a little petal going to the back. Not worrying about it too much, just having fun. Remember, we're doodling. If lines don't end up where you expect them to be, it's okay. Maybe I want that center to be a little darker. You can put a few little dots on your petals. It makes it feel like they've got some shape. Yeah, I really love drawing buttons, guys. Buttons are a thing with me. So if you are interested in drawing buttons, maybe we'll do a collection of buttons one of these times. Let's see, maybe another petal or leaf right there. I'm going to do another flower, and this flower is like it's wrapping around the cup, so you're only going to see part of that center. And you're not going to see all the petals all the way around. So we're right there. Then we're going to give it the little crease lines. Give it a few of its little dots to give it some texture. So there, you just have a simple, easy way to do things. And really and truly, there's no wrong. And that's what I love about doodles. There's nothing wrong with anything. Nobody can tell me that these flowers aren't real flowers and that these don't live somewhere. They live in my imagination, and that is all I need. I'm going to say there's a petal that's sort of coming around here. Maybe I barely see a little bit of the center, not much. And then you can just sprinkle your leaves on. Kind of like fairy dust. My leaves get sprinkled. And maybe we'll say that there was a center of a flower that was down here. And there was a bit of a petal. When it went to the printer, they printed them all the way around the cup. Now, I feel like most of my leaves are all facing one direction. I don't want that. I want a few leaves that are curved and tipping other directions. Just drop some in. See, there's an empty hole right here, and it feels like all the leaves are falling down. I want a leaf that's pointing up. Put things where they make you happy. No, this is not a gel pen. It is an eco pen, and it has waterproof ink. I tested, I showed it right here where I put water on here and it's dry now, and it didn't make the ink bleed. It didn't lift. It's really quite nice because we can do things and then put water-based markers over it, and it's not going to go anywhere. So fun. So there we go. Look at that. So we have that one. Let's go out to a wider view so you can see. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong button. Look at that. We've already done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this show today. These 4 were done on the first time we went through, and all of these were drawn on the page. I think I want to do one more cup really quick, and then we will sign off for the night and come back. I'll have one more doodle page video where we will do the last ones, and then we will come back on a final video and do the coloring. So this one right here, let's see. What do I want to do? I want to look at these guys. What do we want? Ooh, how about dogwood? Or we could do the vines. So there, dogwood or vines? You guys tell me. The dogwood flowers or the little vine type flowers? But then there's also these little panels that look like gems or the overlapped rings. I have so many ideas. So much fun to do. So just taking a look to see what you guys... You love the series. Oh, I'm so glad that you're liking the series. I plan on I'm probably going to do one live video for doing some more doodles tomorrow, and then a live video that is not the coloring on Monday. I haven't figured out what Monday's live video is going to be. Do you guys want to do buttons for the live video on Monday? That one is going to be earlier in the day. That would be my morning one. But then I think maybe Wednesdays I will start doing an evening. If Wednesday or Friday is better for you guys, let me know in the comments. Wednesday evening or Friday evenings. Right now, everybody's at home. Dogwood. Ooh. Oh. Vines and gems? Oh my gosh. Vines and gems. Well, right now the gems would be circles with vines around them, and then we color them as gems once. That's an easy one to do, actually. Why don't we do vines and gems? And we'll do buttons live on Monday. So now I know what I'm going to do Monday. You guys have helped me plan my content. That is amazing. We're also going to be doing fish. Ooh, let's see. Do I have my fishies where I can get to them real easy? Fishies. Ooh. How about that? Maybe the fish will be an evening or an afternoon or a morning. I don't know. Colored gems on the teapot. Vines on the teapot with gems, huh? Well, I could do that instead of the square ones. Koi fish. Yep. Lots of fun things. All right, so we'll go ahead. We're going to do the teapot. I'm going to plan my gems out. So I think there's going to be, let's see, do we want to be not typical? Oh, there's going to be all kinds of things. Yes, we will be doing dragonflies and butterflies as their own videos also. I've got a ton of stuff. That's why I love doodles, because we can do so many different things. All right, I'm going to go ahead and say I need to keep my circles big enough to put my gems in. So, because I want vines going around them, I think it's going to end up with 3 gems, keeping them kind of low, and then we'll have room for the vines. So circle, I'm going to put an outline circle around each one. So it's kind of like the bezel that holds the gem in place, or the stone. They'll probably be kind of like colored kind of like agates. Drawn all on the tip of a pinhead. Mark, you're certainly welcome to try to do that. You know, I want another one up here. And because I did that one up here, I need another one. Oh my gosh, this is going to be just all a polka dot challenge, isn't it? This teapot will take it out on me. Oh, that one's going to be little. Another little one right there. Oh my gosh. I need to have room for vines, don't I? The studio would be awfully small to sleep in. Let me tell you. I have so many things in this little room. Ask Ian, the off-kilter crafter. We made him sleep in our trailer when he came. And we don't have that trailer anymore. So I'm putting some like petals that are going around. Teardrops shaped petals. Just because I want them to feel kind of like flowers, so that way when I put the vines on, if there's any room for vines, maybe I'll say that this one has the petals. And then this one is sprouting a vine that's coming around and going up the spout. See, vines are actually really easy because wherever you put your line, you just double it and it becomes a vine. And you can decide if it's going above or below things. Just like that. Well, I am so glad that you felt cared for. You know, we're going to have to come and invade you when the eclipse happens in a couple years, since you're going to be in the path of totality, or really close to it, Ian. Little tiny vines. Maybe we'll have little swirls that are coming off in a few spots, filling areas. See, it doesn't take much, and this is really getting busy. Let's see. Little line. And you know what? You don't always have to love your doodles. After you're done, if it's not something that makes you happy, it's just a page in your sketchbook. And that's the really cool thing, is that you'll learn something even if it's something you didn't end up loving. You know? So just have fun and enjoy the process. I'm saying that vine is actually wrapping around. But again, it doesn't look like much right now. What happens for this is that it's all going to come together when we put the color pencil on, or the watercolor. We might be putting a base of color on the gems with watercolor, let it dry, and then go in and color it with colored pencil. It's a trick that I've learned recently. Maybe we'll put a couple of those little leaves coming around. See, tuck them in. They fill in spaces. Maybe I'll say that there's some that are tucked in behind going on that one. So right now, I don't know that this is my favorite one I've ever done on this page, but don't make your decision on something immediately. Give yourself a chance to walk away and think about it and put some color on it, and then decide if it's what you liked or didn't like, and what was it that you liked or didn't like. Right now, for me, it's all this black pen going on. It's all in one area. Oh, I know how I can fix that a little bit. I'm going to color these bezels, and I'm going to leave some spaces for sparkle. I think that will help me, because it will help move some of that heavy dark and bring everything together. So I'm leaving a sparkle right there and then moving around. This pen dries pretty quick. I think it's a pigment ink. So let's see. Yep, right there, because I've got a bit of a sparkle here. I don't have any sparkle on the bottom. Yeah, the color is going to make it just pop. Hey, Ian, we might, by that point, be ready to take that long of a drive. We've got our van. We can sleep in the van. Mark might even be retired by then. I would just have to do my live shows on the road. Oh, I like that. I like how those circles are going in. And yes, you would be the best tour guide in town. There we go. Oh, see, I'm already starting to like that better. Sometimes it takes just do the same thing that you've been doing around in multiple locations. It pulls it together. Anything can be a pattern. Oops, sorry. Anything can be a pattern if you repeat it. Yes, road trip sounds really good right now, but our road trips are going to be fairly close for the time being, because we want to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. There we go. And we both have older parents, so hanging out closer to home is a good thing. All right. Maybe tuck one little curly Q right up here. And can't forget the lid. Have to do something on there. Oh, yep, and the handle. I heard ya. Somebody was thinking really loud. See, look at that. We're getting a pattern of the vine going all the way around the handle. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go out to the wide view on the desk. Say thank you guys. Wow, look at that. So we got the teapot ready for gems. We've got flowers with vines. We have a cup of tea with the fancy beads on the tea ball and the texture at the bottom of the cup. There's the geraniums and a pretty little rose and the three-dimensional boxes. We did all of those in 1 hour today. I think we did pretty darn well. And then earlier today, I did these 4 and all of the outlines. If you are interested in a page, it's actually the outlines of these cups right here, just the outlines. I have that available on my website at deliberately-creative.com, and it's on the patterns and templates page. The link is down below, and the links for all of the ways you can support my channel and buy, things like, oh, these really cool pens that are cheap. Yeah. Thank you guys. I really hope that you will join me again tomorrow when I finish doodling up this page. And remember to go out and do something creative. Take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. And I hope to see you back here again really soon.